This is Sprue goo. It's dirt cheap and has improved my hobby life like no other tool. And I feel very embarrassed that it took until 2025 to start using it. Today I have to make some. The first ingredient is ultra thin cement. This is what you use to permanently glue models together. I find any glue that's in a bottle shaped like this that says extra thin or ultra thin or thin works perfectly fine. This is just an Australian brand, but there's lots and lots and lots and lots, like Tamiya and Mr. Hobby, I think that's one of them. Use whatever you got. The second ingredient is Sprue. I use coloured sprues in order to get a coloured, ultra thin, plasticky goop, otherwise known as Sprue goo. And the reason I use coloured sprue is because I discovered that by using coloured sprue goo, it allowed me to show where I've worked. Show the texture, show the care, show the time and energy and love that I put into my kit bashes before I paint them. And there's marks of this sprue goo everywhere. Everywhere. Because I love it so much and it solves so many different problems. If my sculpting is a little bit rough, I just use a little bit of sprue goo and smooth out any rough areas, because then that surface starts to look exactly like the plastic next to it. Typically I make all my sprue goo to the same consistency, and if it's a little bit too thick when I apply it to the model, it's not doing quite what I want it to, I just apply regular plastic glue on top, and that smooths it out, thins it out, gets rid of any lumps and bumps, and it also reactivates the surface a little bit. Okay, here's what you gotta know. To get your bottle of glue, see this brush tip? Did you know that you can actually remove it? Actually, even better yet, you can use pliers to adjust the height of it so you can make sure to get every little bit. But anyway, for now, we want to take it out. You want to remove excess glue from your bottle until it's about a quarter empty, quarter to 2/3, about this much. Now, this isn't an exact science. In fact, I change my mind what the perfect ratio is all the time, but you can always add glue back. You can also add more sprue. But what I do is I take the price tag and I find exactly where the liquid line is. See, now that price tag is an indication of where I started, and as I add sprue or glue, I just move that sticker up and down proportionally, and I keep track of exactly how it is as I go along. And so when it's time to make more, I know about where it should be. Now, my sprue color today is going to be this nice baby blue, because I'm not loving how the green sprue goo looks on the blue plastic. It's just not a vibe to me, and when I take photos of this for work in progress, I want every aspect to look like art, that there's thought and care behind it. So, blue's good. Actually, no, I like this blue better. Now, you're not going to be solving the world's problems overnight by using old sprue to make sprue goo. In fact, you don't need very much at all, and it goes a very, very long way. But I have seen some people mix sprues with acetone and call that sprue goo, and they turn it into sort of like a putty or a Play-Doh. I don't know, it's not really a vibe for me because I've done it before. It smells, everything smells like acetone, and it's messy, and I don't know if that's very good for you to be absorbing those fumes and getting it on your skin and clothes, and I don't know. Not my thing, but it's a thing you might want to research. The smaller the bits, the faster they break down. Time to fill. And that might be all that this bottle can kind of fit. It's now at the top. Well, nearly done. I do like to feed every single bottle of sprue goo with a single Space Marine head. I think it just helps, honestly. And now we wait. Okay, it's been about 3-4 hours now. I think we're thoroughly gooed. You can see our little Space Marine head there. We can put our brush tip back in. Hey, beautiful. I really love sprue goo for gluing styrene pieces together. Models, they're typically made out of styrene, and styrene you can get from the hobby shop. Looks like these tubes, looks like plastic card. Styrene is awesome, but it can be a little bit tedious because if you don't cut things perfectly, sometimes it doesn't go together exactly how you want. However, Sprue goo will solve your problems because you can apply a really thick dollop to the surface, right? And that has body to it. So when you place your little styrene bit, it's going to be connected all the way around. It's going to be a seamless joint. That Sprue goo is going to do all the heavy lifting, so you don't need to make clean cuts so much. Aside from filling gaps, I also love using Sprue goo to create texture, and that's super easy. You just put some on, pretty loose, grab a bit of sponge, bit of GW foam tray sponge, or a bit of blister pack sponge, or kitchen sponge, and just dab on the drying Sprue goo. It'll make this sort of corroded pattern. I also love using it on FDM printed parts as well. Even though it's not chemically bonding to it, it is essentially making like a plastic coat. And that also can be textured and stippled the same way to break up those layer lines. There's heaps you can do with it. I hope that helps. That's all I've got today. Having an early one. I've got to get my sleeping on track. Got to get my uploads earlier. So hopefully I'll see you sooner than the last. Or not.